Hey guys, how are you doing? I'm just turning the light on here, get us a little bit better lighting, right? I haven't been on in a while and I wanted to hop on. There's been so much going on. I have like a list of things because let me tell you what happens, right? So I am always collecting content ideas. You guys know if you've been with me, talk to me in my groups, you know that I'm always thinking of like topics to talk about, things to talk about. So I'm one of those people. I got my little Evernote and stuff, and I'm always coming up with, oh, I need to talk about this. Oh, I need to talk about that. And then, oh, I realize the title is not parentheses, right? And then things happen, life happens, and I just don't get on to actually talk about it. So then I have all these content ideas. Like I want to talk about the whole, and this is like now maybe a whole week or two old because, that's how things happen. But I wanted to talk about the whole thing with people being mad at Tyler Perry for not having a writing room. That's ridiculous, y'all. Um, I I don't really want to talk about the Harry and Meghan thing, but that's another thing that came up. Something else came up the week before. Like things just keep coming up, and like I said, I just keep not having a chance to talk to you guys. But this thing that I'm going to talk about today, this actually happened to me this morning, and I want to talk about it because I know, and I'm sharing this out, so that's why I'm looking this way for guys who don't know me, right? Um, so I know that a lot of people struggle with this. I know a lot of my clients struggle with this. So really, I'm like doing a lesson here for my clients. Hey, Brittany. Hey, Christina. How are you guys doing? And I'm also going to tell you guys about a new workshop that I have coming up because, it's 2020, right? So we got to get it together in 2020. And you know me, I am here to help you with the get together and going stuff. So let me just share this out. I'm literally just now finding it on my phone and barely. And tell me what you guys are doing today. How's your Sunday going? Who's here? How's your Sunday? All that good stuff. Um, I only really want to share this to my page and to my group. I'm not even going to share it to a whole bunch of people. Um, my work club folks, of course. My retail folks, of course. And my growth mob folks. All right, so I'm only sharing it with a couple of people. All right, so let's talk about this because this, like I said, literally happened to me today. And I'm like, I need to discuss it. And I'm sure I've discussed it before, but hey, we need to hear this over and over and over again because it is still happening. So this morning I had a call, and for those who don't know who I am, I always jump in like everybody knows me. And I've got a bunch of new followers on the Girl Get Visible page. Hey, new folks, how you doing? So if you don't know, I am Akila Thompkins-Robinson. I am the owner and like visible girl here at Girl Get Visible, the author of my SEO workbook. I usually have one, of course, not close to show you, but my SEO workbook, Google it, it's out there. Um, and also the owner of Online Boutique Store. So what I do is I help you to get visible, get down, get out there online. And you'll hear me say that a lot, and I like to around, right? And it's all about, I use SEO. I am big on SEO, which is search engine optimization, putting out the right content that brings you people and the right traffic. But essentially, it's all about getting people to your business to help to create more sales, to help to get more customers, and to make your life easier to do business. Like you don't have a business if you don't have people regularly coming to your site, media, to you. If you don't know who you are and what you're doing, then you're gonna always struggle with this. What I see a lot of people doing. I see a lot of people like depending on Facebook ads. And let me tell you, so, okay, this is a side. Rachel Peterson, if you guys don't follow her, she trains social media managers. And that's why this is so important. She's a really big deal in social media space, trains social media managers. And she just this week had a post about how in 2020, people need to prepare for a big change in Facebook. And I'm going to tell you the Rachels. I follow Rachel Miller and Rachel Peterson. So the Rachels, they tend to know things that are coming up with Facebook, and she's talking about like depending on ads, you really need to find a different way. So it's not just me who's saying it. I don't just say it because I do SEO. I'm saying because I want y'all to do better. And I want you guys to get more traffic. So let me talk about one of the ways. Hey, Michelle, how are you doing? One of the ways I know and I see that people are really struggling and their SEO is suffering, and essentially your whole content creation. I talk about SEO a lot, but it's really everything you put online. It's not just about the one thing. If you guys did not see my new YouTube video on this, you should check that out. But so this happened to me literally just this morning. I'm having a conversation with somebody, and they're interested in my services and actually interested in recommending someone for my services. We're having a conversation about, what do I exactly do? And not just, oh, what do you talk about, but what is it you exactly do? Like, what can I pay you for? And so, I'm giving spiel about, I work with businesses, I help them with their SEO, I do mostly like training, consulting, strategy, that kind of thing. And as we're having the conversation, the person's like, well, we're looking for somebody who can like do day-to-day website management. Now, granted, if you guys don't know my background, I call myself retired web designer. I say retire with the quotes because do you ever really retire? But I started doing websites for clients, for customers, freelancing, the whole good nine. It's from the corporate level, nonprofit level, you name it, that's what I do, what I did, right? So I can build, I can design, I can develop, I can do WordPress, I can do all of that. Cool. But do I do that right now? It's kind of like the important question. And essentially, no, I don't. Only website I really play around on is my own. Sometimes some of my sorority sisters. That's about it. But I don't do web design, web development. And so when the question was, and this wasn't even do you need a web design, a full design? They have a site and they need someone to maintain the site, which is cool. That's something that I used to do. That's something that I can do. And I stress that and emphasize that because we need to really get it together on what you can do, what you do, and what you want to get paid for. They should not always be together. Sometimes you need to separate them. So that's why I keep saying what I can do. I can do all of these great things through people's websites. I can maintain a website. And so as we're talking, I was like, well, I don't know if I'm the best fit for what you're looking for. What I do is come in and help strategize and tell you what you need to do to fix your online presence, fix your website online, what you need to put on your website, all those other good things. Can I do day-to-day maintenance? Can I make sure that, all of your buttons are working and all of your links aren't broken? Can I, put your images and upload them on there? Can you write a blog post and I put it up there for you and optimize it? Yes, I can do all of that. But essentially, it's not what I do. It's not what my business does right now. And so having this conversation, what happens? You know how it happens when you have these conversations. If I have this happen to them, let me know if it's not just me, right? What happens when you have these conversations? As I am saying this and talking and, telling the whole spiel, in the back of my mind, I'm telling myself, like, you are losing a customer. You are letting go of money. Who gets a little bit nervous, even if you're doing the right thing? A little bit nervous was like you're letting money walk out the door or walk off the phone at this point because I'm on a phone call. But you are losing money. You are not going to make the sale. Like you are not. It's money, right? It's money. We're in business to make money. And what I see a lot of people, and like I said, even myself, that's why I'm telling you guys my little in the head conversation I was having. We get afraid when it's like, but I could be making money off of that. I could be selling that. Like I keep saying, I can do that. I can create a contract. I can do it. I can do it very well. I mean, I could be amazing at it. Like it's what I used to do, but it's not essentially what I'm doing right now. It's not the focus I want my business to go in right now. And that is a hard decision. And it's like, it's one thing to make the decision like, oh, new me, new you, I'm going to make this whole thing. I'm making a decision. But when you really have to start walking the walk and when you really have to start turning down what possibly could be a job, start turning down what possibly could be a client, start talking about the thing that you do and no longer the things that you don't do, which could be attracting and deferring people from your site. Like when I changed over to Girl Get Visible from online boutique stores, I was afraid of losing my retailers because it's like, okay, they want e-commerce help. And while I'm going to help you get your site found, I am not going to help you set up your shipping and your payment processor right now. Not that I can't, but I'm not right now. Like that's just not what my business does. That is not what Girl Get Visible does. We're all about getting you found online. So, like I said, I had a little conversation coming up in my head and getting to the whole, what I can do and what I can get paid for. And now I'm saying, no, I don't do that. No, and I'm pretty much, there's money out there that I'm not getting. And I'm okay with that. And I see a lot of people very afraid of that. And what happens, so this is what, you have that conversation about business and clients and the money. Here's how that communicates into your SEO and into your online presence and what you get out there and talk about. Especially for my product-based business. I see you guys, well, I see service-based businesses do this too. Pretty much own it if it's you, right? But I see people like, because I can help so many people, because I can do things, let me tell people about all the services I can offer. Let me talk about my web design. Let me talk about my content creation. Let me talk about my SEO. While I'm at it, let me tell them I can do their email marketing. Let me tell them I can set up their Dubsado. Let me tell them I can do their membership site. And so next thing you know, people don't really know what you do because you've been so afraid to let the money walk out the door that you have been telling them all of these things that you do to the point of confusion, to the point where people don't know what to come to you for. Google doesn't know what really you want to be. What do you want to be number one for? Like, for real. What do you want to be number one for? They don't know what you want to be number one for. And it just has the, in people's minds, they want to put you somewhere in a little category. And the only category they know is that you've got a business, which is not a good category. It's like walking by a store with a bunch of stuff like in the windows. If you guys like live in a city with a downtown, like, so I grew up in Patterson, so they had like a downtown Patterson. And some stores, like if you go to the bodega, they have all kinds of stuff in the window. Other than the fact it's a bodega, you don't really know what's in the bodega or in what we call a corner store. Bodega, corner store, same thing. You don't really know what's inside because it's got all these stuff in the window. That's what a lot of your businesses are looking like online. Because you're getting on, and like I said, you're talking about, I do the web design, or I can do your email marketing, I can help you with your self-care, I can do this, I can do that, and you are jumping around in so many places and so many spaces that you are afraid to say no to anything. And so no one is saying yes to you because they just don't know what's going on. So one of the things that I've been really intentional about in my own business, and I've been talking to my members about and talking to my work club folks about, is about really setting what is it that you want to do? Like, what's your goal? And let's create the content that goes with that goal. Let's not create all this content and then try to come a goal out of that. Or have them completely separate where you've got a goal and content and they don't really, together. You're so busy talking about all the things you can do or talking about everything. I look at some people's blog posts. I do audits, y'all. When I do audits, yeah, I see some of the worst of the dirty laundry. The things that people think, oh, if I just talk about this and then I talk about that, people can ask me about any service. And my product-based businesses, I see what you guys put out, especially those people who creatives, and I'm a creative. It's hard. It's so hard because you can create so many things. Like one of my retail businesses we create cards. I could create birthday cards, I could create greeting cards, I can create thank you cards, I can create note cards, I can create for all this. And then I can create for all these different organizations. I can do for every holiday that's forgotten. I could shout out my left-handed people because I'm left-handed. I could do all these things. But when you go to my site, you see how focused it is. It is focused on specific cards for specific organizations. And that is very intentional. And it's not because I want money walking out the door. It's because I want money coming in the door. And not only do I want money coming in the door, I want money coming in the door that knows what they're coming in the door for. Because when people know that they are there for you, they know exactly what you carry, they know exactly how you can help them, they know exactly you're it, they will come with the money in hand. I've been waiting for you because no one else was this specific in who and what that they were helping me and what they were selling me and stuff like that. No one else. And so I told you guys I got a workshop coming, right? So I'm going to give you guys the workshop. I got one more example for you because this reminded me, this came up this week too. One more example for you guys. But let me tell you about the workshop. So next week, not this week coming up, not this centennial week where you will see all my posts in Washington, D.C. because Zeta Phi Beta is turning 100. Not this week. And I know some of my sorors are on. So hey, sorors, not this week. But next week, we are kicking off a workshop. So it's going to be a 3-part workshop, Girl Get Visible workshop. And it is where I am going to tell you guys everything you need to know to get out there, get found, and get visible online this year in 2020. And I want you guys to join me. So if you go to girlgetvisible.com/the workshop, like that's it, the workshop, this is where you need to be. You are going to be registered and able to sign up and get in there, get ready for the workshop. I will be hanging out in there over the next couple weeks. I will tell you guys, register now. Don't wait till later, but register now. Get in there. I will be hanging out a little bit. I will be wearing blue in all of our hangouts next week. I'll just do that now. Or white, blue or white, in all of our hangouts next week, because that's all I'll be talking about. But but I want you guys to join the workshop. And that's why I'm telling you guys now, because yeah, next week is going to be really blue. So I'm going to put this here in the comments. Visible.com. Visible.com. Spelling it wrong. So workshop. And I think it's one word. It might have a dash. Let's see if this comes up right. Now that I think about it, I don't remember if I put a dash or not. Let me know if that worked. If not, I will put it with a dash. It may have a dash. So if it doesn't work, it may have a dash. But yeah, so Ayana said, hey, how are you doing? You said shifted focus on speaking and training, but still want to add my other capabilities. And that's the thing. People are like, I can do so much. I want to keep telling people about this. And I'm going to tell you, don't add any other capabilities. Yeah, no, not right now. Focus on who you help specifically and what it is you help them with. The one thing you help them with that's going to get them there. Because my members will tell you, like, we talk about things like their social media, although I do social media, but we talk about it because it's part of their online visibility strategy. We talk about things like, actually, we're going to be talking about doing an opt-in in the next 2 months in the work club. Now, I don't advertise come to me for an opt-in because it's not all I do. Everything I do is about getting you traffic. But of course, once you get traffic, I want you to be able to grab it and keep it, right? So I'm going to talk about it. So just because you do certain things and just because you do something doesn't mean on the back end, once you get people, you can have those conversations with them. And I want to say smaller conversations, but not really smaller conversations, but those other conversations. It's like the peak of the iceberg. You know, they always show you the top of the iceberg. When you're marketing, when you're advertising, you want to show them the peak of the iceberg. You want to show them this is what you can help them with. And then there may be other things underneath the iceberg that you can still help them with that you know that they need in addition to. So like I said, we talk about getting visible. We talk about getting traffic to your site. I know, and I preach and talk and I do. When you go to my site, you'll see it. One of the critical things to getting visible once you get the traffic is to grab that traffic in the matrix. So you need to know about opt-ins. So I'm going to talk about opt-ins. Yes. Hold on one second, guys. Yes. Okay, right there. Or go tell Daddy you're hungry. Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. Break. It is about lunchtime, so it's a good time for him to come be hungry. So, I talk about some of those other things, but that's not my focus. That's not what I want people to come in and be the opt-in queen. I don't want to be the, email marketing queen. I am the SEO queen. Yesterday, how many of you guys are my personal friends on my personal page? So if you're on my personal page, you saw this or you can see this, and it might even be public. A lot of things on my personal page are public these days. But if you're my friend on my personal page, yesterday I asked, I did one of those memes. You know that meme everybody's putting around, like, if I did a TED Talk, it doesn't work? Okay, thank you. Let me find you guys the right link. I will find you guys the right link. But I did one of those memes that a lot of people are doing these days, talking about, if I did a TED Talk, what is it that you would want me to do a TED Talk about? Or what is it that you would expect for my TED Talk to be about? And so I did this, and a lot of people said SEO. SEO, how to get found, how to get visible, all of these things. And doing that and seeing that is not just, okay, great, I want to know what the TED Talk is, but it's also a testament that I'm doing the right thing in my marketing, that people know exactly what they should come to me for. So people know exactly that I'm the person who's going to help them get found. And granted, like I said, I have other talents. I have other capabilities. It's almost like I know a lot of us work. So when you do your resume, have you ever heard people tell you that your resume, you should do different resumes for different positions? Have you guys heard that? Give me a little emoji or something if you've heard that. I also put the right link in the chat. It does have a dash in it, so it's the dash workshop. So girlgetvisible.com, the dash workshop. So if you've done a resume, if you've heard somebody, and if you've not heard somebody, I'm telling you, if you're doing a resume, you want to cater it to the position or cater it to like the type of position you want. You probably heard that you want to be specific for what you want to go for. And then we get into business and we start being jack of all trades again. We got to list every training certification we've been to. We got to do every single, software that we know. Me being an IT girl, like there's a list of softwares that I know, but not all of them are for every job, right? We got to list every software that we go to. We got to list every position. And, once you get up there in your career, now you got 5 different positions down and back in high school, when you work more, like it's just like a resume. Your online presence should be your resume for your business. It should be your resume for why somebody should hire you, why somebody should work with you. And a lot of people are suffering because it's too much. It's too much. It's too much. It's too all over the place. And people just don't know what you do. And what do you do when things are too much and too all over the place and don't know what you do? You toss them to the side. Same thing for my product-based businesses. Do you make stuff for kids or women or, church women or planner girls or sorority girls or confusing? Like we are creating the own mass confusion around our brands and with our content and in our SEO. So that was it. That's what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Hope you enjoyed this. If you do have questions, you can drop them in. I'm always hanging around with questions. Join the workshop. Like I said, we are going to be doing 3 days, and not the same workshop each day. I know that I did that the last time, but this time it's 3 different topics. You want to be there on day 1. So 3 different workshops. It's going to take you through the whole Girl Get Visible continuum of how you can start getting your brand out there, getting yourself found, getting yourself visible in 2020, because I'm telling you, like I said, the whole, just depending on social media, just depending on Facebook ads, just depending on groups, there's so many things. These companies are changing the way that they do business, and we need to change the way we do business and really do business better without them, right? So we need to get more intentional. We need to be changing the way we do things too, and that's what we're going to do in 2020. All right, so I'll see you guys later. I will see some of you guys in the workshop. Talk to you later. Thanks, Diana. Talk to you later. Bye, guys.